This is a video in which everyone will agree with every word I say, especially certain words like the words the, a, but, hair. No, not like butt hair. That's weird. Not like B-U-T-T. It's like butt, like B-U-T. Hey, up in the tree, there's a comment. This is going to seem like deja vu because we've already had a video this morning earlier from Tommy Two Bats. Here's another one. It just happened that way. The video he commented on was called Hair Loss Future. I am lucky to still have this much hair. He commented, quote, do you think girls who get covered with acne when they are young are at a disadvantage because through scarring on their faces, they learn to rely on other things, example, to get to learn to live with being ugly and that beauty is skin deep, end quote. Thank you for asking the question. I think there's a lot of teachable content here. And definitely the answer is no to this question. It's not at all the same thing for more than one reason. For one thing that I immediately think of, whereas it's basically expected for men to lose their hair, at least some amount of their hair during the span of their life, like that's the normal thing. That's a masculine trait, especially if you're of European descent. Whereas that's a masculine trait, it's not necessarily a feminine trait that most females have acne. We could say just as many males have acne than girls, and especially that would lead to facial scarring. So it's not the same thing at all. But as far as to answer the fundamental question, as far as and we can make the physical handicap anything we want to. We could say whatever we want to as far as what might make a female less attractive. Okay? But the point is, it's a bigger disadvantage to a girl to have some kind of physical handicap on her beauty. That's a fact. And it's not the same for a guy. Guys can get away with losing their hair because it's normal. And that's and leading to my next point, the double standard that works to our advantage. And I've mentioned this before, but let's talk about it again. Okay? Let me take you back to the year 2006 when I met my wife. Okay? I was instantly attracted to her from across this huge crowded room, hundreds of people. I saw her, I walked over to her, I talked to her, I won her over in that moment, and that began a friendship which led to us dating a couple months later. And I invested in that relationship because I didn't want just to ask her out and then blow my chances just with that one date. I wanted her to really know me because I knew the importance of using my charm and communication and my stories and all that stuff. Those are the things that she told me in hindsight that attracted her to me. And she said herself, she never saw me as an attractive guy until the first time we went on a date when I asked her out on the date. Me asking her out on the date is what turned on her vision to think, oh, this is an attractive guy. He's physically attractive. But see, her version of me being physically attractive had everything to do with me winning her over in those other ways to begin with. And it's funny because we can't relate to that. We see a girl, she's pretty, or we think she's not pretty. But it's funny because a girl can do this whole other thing that they're completely open-minded to being attracted to you either way without your looks. And then all of a sudden, if you win them over, you're attractive. And if you don't, you're not. Like that's been the version of reality that I've experienced. And you've seen my wife, you've seen her in the videos. She's a very beautiful woman. But yet, she never thought of me as attractive or not attractive until I asked her out. It had everything to do with me being ambitious, with me being attracted to her, with me being charming and communicating, all those things. Okay? So that's how we're seen as attractive in all those things. But and then look at me. What did I do? Pretty girl, let me go over there. I want to get to know that girl. So there's a lot more banking on a woman's looks compared to a guy's looks, especially when it comes to hair, because it's so normal for us to lose our hair. But again, it's not the norm for most women to have acne scarred faces, because we could say just as many men encounter that, you know? I mean, no one cares about Metallica but me. I know that. James Hetfield, the lead singer of Metallica, you know, he's I think pushing a Norwood 3 at this point, but he's like 53 years old. But he's got an acne scarred face. It's like, man, he's a legendary rock star here. Who cares about his acne, right? But for females, it's a more delicate thing because so much of their attractiveness as a gender, and I'm not saying it's fair or not, but is based on their physical looks. See, that's where we get kind of a pass as guys, because we're not really judged on that like girls are. We can get away with not being that attractive. It's a double standard that works to our advantage. So no, it's not the same thing at all, and it's a disadvantage, and I feel bad for the girl that has the scarring. I mean, you know, and maybe she handles it better, but it's not as easy to say to a female, "Oh, just get over it. Your confidence will outweigh it." And now, while it is true, because that same girl could think, "I'm ugly. Everybody hates me. I hate the world. They hate me." She could make that decision, or she could say, "You know what? I'm beautiful anyway." And of course, that's the funny thing about it is, if she's confident in herself, you're going to overlook the acne scars anyway, because you like the girl for who she is anyway, and you still see her as physically attractive. Acne scars or not. It's a good question, and I think this video is more about how men and women are seen as attractive and what handicaps actually hold them back. But men, we're in an advantage in that our looks matter a whole lot less than girls does. And we're also in an advantage that our confidence level and believing in ourselves really goes a long way for us. Man, it's so true, and you're so tired of me talking about confidence. Yet it's the answer. It's the answer to all of this, isn't it? I hate being right all the time.